Hello, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're finally doing a DIY. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 different clay projects that you can also do at home. It's super easy and fairly affordable considering what we're making today. So without further ado, let's get into the first project. So for our first project, it involves air dry clay. So what I am doing here is kind of kneading it out and getting it kind of warmed up and ready to be messed around with for our project. Also, don't mind the fact I don't have a rolling pin yet. I just need to get one soon. But anyways, what I am making today is not your average trinket tray. I have glasses, as many of you may know, and I need somewhere to put them that is not my glasses case, because if I put them in there, I forget that I wear glasses. It is very unfortunate, but I have the object permanence of a toddler. So anyways, I am rolling out what is going to be my walls and I'm going to attach it to the base. I did one straight across the back because I just figured it'd be easier to start there, and then I did one super long one to wrap around the front. Once I got this rolled out and cut to my liking and attached semi to my thing, I actually allowed it to semi air dry overnight in a plastic bag so it would get to this bisque wear state, which we are about to see right now. So in my opinion, this is the best time to blend all the bottom cracks in and kind of just fix everything overall while it's still half wet, half dry, but not fully dried. Once I got it to my liking, I actually let it sit out an entire another day. But if you don't wear glasses, here's another version of this project. If you are anything like my husband, you might lose your remote controller to your TV, even if it is literally in your hand. So what I am making is a kind of trinket tray place for our controllers to hang out. So it has been a full 24 hours. This is dried overnight. You can see the color's a little bit different. The other one, this one is still like in a bisque state, so you can kind of see there's a clear color difference. This one's still drying, so won't be painted yet. But this one I think is pretty close to getting ready. There are some cracks on the inside, but I'm hoping between paint and then clear coating it, it'll be good enough. The bottom is still a little wet per se, but for now, I'm just gonna worry about painting the top and the sides. And now we're back in the voiceover. Of course, here I am just mixing some paint, and honestly, this is also pointless because I hated how this paint came out, which I'm gonna tell you all about it right now. Okay, so this is where we're at with the glasses tray. I've decided I'm gonna take a break from it because I'm not really positive how I feel about the paint that I use. I've decided to go ahead and move forward with the little piece that I made for my remote controllers. I drew a design on it yesterday. It's meant to be a lunar moth with some like Art Nouveau style borders. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But I've decided that I'm only going to use my matte Craft Essentials paint because the squeeze tube paints that I was using, those are glossy. I figured I'd start with just doing the background and like just basically painting all around the drawing of the moth, because if it's gonna go anything like last time, it's gonna take me a little bit to actually paint this entire thing. And will I tell you, I was right. It took me forever to paint this thing. I'm also really particular when it comes to painting things, and I'm just kind of an obnoxious perfectionist when it comes to art. So to me, it had to be perfect, and a lot of this I did end up doing off camera because it was just really frustrating filming myself and then not getting things to look how I wanted. But I started with doing this lovely ombre across the background, and I put a base layer of paint onto the moth. In my opinion, this was a pretty good base color because lunar moths have like that weirdish blue, green, yellow tone to them, so I just kind of looked along a reference photo and really got busy painting. So I'm gonna allow you to enjoy the music, enjoy my painting, and we'll come back in a little bit. Alright, I've decided to take a break on doing the moth, and now I'm just gonna go on to attempting to do my borders. I think I'm gonna do them initially in like white, and then I have this really cool silver paint I forgot about this, so hopefully it still works. So last night my camera died while working on this, so I did just finish up everything. For the fine lines that you're seeing, I just used a fine tipped Sharpie because I just didn't have a paintbrush thin enough. And when I was trying to get on the edges, I just kept going over the silver and it was just giving me more issues than not. So what I did was just Sharpie with it. Everything is dry, so I figured I would show you how we're gonna seal this. I am going to be using tried and true Mod Podge, because there's no Mod, just Mod Podge. Can't speak. This is a satin finish one. They have matte and shiny as well. Satin is like that in-between stage where it's not super glossy, but it's not super matte either. I'm just gonna use a large paintbrush to do it, and hopefully nothing smears. Okay, I'm scared, but here we go.
I'm back. Anyways, I just did a few coats of this off camera, and I'll show you the final result at the very end.
I think I'm gonna try to tackle this again since the other thing is done. I didn't do really anything different except for paint this with this metallic paint instead. It's just more opaque than the other one because the other one was just really streaky. Granted, you can see my brush strokes, but could be worse. As for design, what I originally wanted to do was something similar to these vintage Calvin Chen enamel trays. I did want to do something similar to like how this one is, or I have this one, or, well, that's the same one but a different picture, or like how this one is. So the only thing is mine's obviously not as well put together, but that's okay. So what I think I want to do, since I already painted the moth, was do something similar to like this one with how it's like tulips. I still have some of this paint from when I did the red parts on the moth, so I'm gonna try to use this while it's still wet.
And I immediately just started painting some flowers. I definitely did not want to do like a carbon copy of this. I wanted to do like kind of different style flowers. Plus, I don't think I'm really that great at painting tulips. So I did something a little bit different. And then I started layering up some lighter colors to kind of give it some more depth.
I had to let it dry down a little bit because I was getting too impatient. I went in with like a very light shade. I'm going to try to layer it up so we can make it look kind of like this really cool flower design, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so you can kind of see once we get the super dark color on it, this first flower right here looks a lot better than the rest of these. And obviously, when we get more detail on with like fine lining and stuff, it'll look a lot better.
As I finished these flowers, I immediately went into doing like the grass area, and basically I just did it as like an upwards brush stroke.
Alright, I went ahead and did some off camera, and by some I guess it looks like a lot because I feel like I didn't really have that much done, but I really needed to start layering the green for it to really pop up. So I figured I would attempt to show you how I do the fine lining on these flowers.
So for fine lining, I'm just using a fine point Sharpie and tracing a general shape of petals. But obviously you don't have to do this. This is really optional, but to me it kind of gives the flower more shape, more definition, and you can kind of see it's an actual flower.
So I'd say we're basically done with this. I'm gonna let the Sharpie dry down for a little bit and then I'm gonna clear coat. Okay, so now that I fully did 2 clay projects, I figured this video was a little short after I edited most of it, so I wanted to add one more project. So if you're anything like me and you're chronically online / just watch like a lot of crafting TikToks, I have a new hyperfixation and it involves making tiny polymer clay charms. I made quite literally a bunch of these. I made some fruits, like strawberries. I made some blueberries. I figured instead of leaving the video with just the air dry clay that I would show you me making polymer clay things as well. This is the polymer clay that I'm using. This is literally from Five Below. It's super, super affordable, especially if you don't know if you're gonna enjoy something like this. Now, I'm not entirely sure what kind of charm I wanna make because I know I wanna make a few other different kinds. All right, I've done some reflecting and I've decided I'm gonna be a little ambitious here. I got this game for Christmas, Pikmin 4, and I barely played it. But Pikmin used to be my #1 favorite game when I was younger with my GameCube. I still have it, the game somewhere, like the original game I used to play. But I figured it would be cute to make like a little Pikmin guy. So I'm gonna try to do this. I can't guarantee it's gonna go well because the only clay tools that I have are these two things, a scraper tool and a dotting tool. But I'm an artist at heart, so I'm gonna freaking figure it out. Okay, I did just wanna show, I've been working on a glass cutting board. I originally bought this when I started to make my own paint. If it's not one craft hyperfixation, it's another.
So since this is polymer clay, I do need to warm it up with my hands a little bit, kind of work with it, and I just got straight to work. This was probably my third or fourth attempt to make a Pikmin, and to be honest, it'll probably be my last attempt. This took so much freaking patience. The arms, the antenna, the leaf. I also decided to not put a little eyelet in it because I just worry it's too fragile. We baked it, and voila.
So this is my little Pikmin guy, all cooled off. He's very cute, but I think he needs some work on his shape. This is a nail Dremel that I bought a while ago when I first started doing like Gel X nails. But now that I only do my natural nails, which I'm busted here, but now that these are only my natural nails, I don't use this on my natural nails because it just gets really hot and it feels like it's burning my nail beds, and I don't like that. So I figured we can use it on this guy to shape him a little bit better.
I filed down the Pikmin a lot, and then finally we got our finished product, and he is so cute. I love him. And of course, we can't forget the other projects. Here's the glasses trinket tray that I made, which I am obsessed with. And finally, our remote control holder. So let me know which is your favorite below.
And that's everything that I have for you today. If you enjoyed watching that and you want to see other videos like that, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see other types of DIYs, I'd love to try them out as well. You can also leave that in the comments below. And before I leave you for the day, I did want to just thank each and every one of my subscribers, all 293 of you guys, for subscribing to my channel. I do really appreciate it, and every time that I see that number goes up, it kind of like is like a new person joins the room that we're in. So it's kind of cool to think like there's almost 300 of you that enjoy my videos. And before this ending gets a little too convoluted and long, I guess we'll stop it here. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing. Be sure to leave a comment below what your favorite project was. Personally, I think mine is my glasses holder trinket tray because it's pretty unique. And also, like, I just needed somewhere to put my glasses. That's my favorite. But let me know what yours is. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!